All right, what is going on with the Gold League Fantasy GMs, the Silver League Fantasy GMs, the Bronze League? Man, all you guys, man. Hope you guys are having a great day. You guys probably gonna watch this tomorrow when it goes up on Saturday. So appreciate you guys, man. Excited for football coming for us, man. Week 2, man, it's already here. I think it's gonna fly by so fast. It's crazy, man. But excited to have you here. And as you guys see, we got a very special guest on the screen, man. I gotta give him a good intro right here. All right, man. This is a very special guest. So before he even speaks, man, I gotta hype him up, man. First year played in the Silver League, won it right away. And this is when we established our tier system for you guys that do know or don't know, man. We were talking about in order to get into the Gold League and play for that ultimate title, you got to be able to win the Silver League and get in there. And someone from Gold League will get demoted. And Simmer won, got in it. Adriel won the prior year before, and he's been in it. So excited to have him in it, man. So he's been killing it from the fantasy league. And if you guys don't know, if they have fantasy for flag football, I'm starting Simmer over everyone, even including myself. PPR, especially if it's PPR. PPR king right here, man. Goes crazy, man. A baller on the court as well, too. And my boy is really a tennis player at the end of the day. And for those of y'all that don't know, he's actually part of his from Texas as well too. So I'm excited to welcome Simmer to the league, and I'm excited for you guys to meet him in person as well too for the other GMs. Because I think you guys are all gonna love each other. So it's gonna be dope, man. And even if you don't, who gives a fuck? We're here to play fantasy football, so beat each other's asses. I don't give a fuck, man. But y'all got a problem to deal with Simmer, man. So Simmer, want to say what's up to the folks, man? Go ahead, man. This is that moment.
Man, this man hyping me up too much right now. But hey, bro, I appreciate the love as always, man. Hey, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. I know I hit the Discord the other day. I was like, hey man, when you let me on? Next day I get a little text, hey, you're coming on. So I'm excited, man. I'm just looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man. Straight up, and it's funny because I was thinking about it. And I was like, let me get a GM on. Then I realized, oh wait, Simmer literally just had a 166-point week right now, and he was going crazy. And he's literally a new GM and has been a great GM, honestly, in both of our leagues, silver and to this one. So I'm excited to welcome him in and show a new face for you guys as well too, because this ain't no joke. Some of y'all thought some of this shit might be. No, we're going to keep adding competition in every time. And this is the whole point of that system, is to make it better for all of us. So excited to have Simmer a part of this, man. So y'all know the deal. We're going to run through this, man, for this week. And you know what? We got to talk about Bronze League real quick. So let's go ahead and just jump into that, man. This was the week 1 Bronze League matchups. I was able to get a dub. Shout out to Monkey, 161 right there. And you know what? We could probably talk about the Gold League GMs in each of these leagues. Just Neil got 128, beat my brother. Shout out to him. And then just Neil. Mike gets 105, beats Elizabeth. I think they had 1 and 2 picks right there. So shout out to them for playing and doing that right there. And then standings right here for right now. Obviously, it's just week 1, but this is what we're working with right now. All Gold League GMs in it are 1-0. Simmer, I don't know. I know you're not in this league, but any thoughts about anything you've seen right here?
Hey man, what was it? Monkey Business? Was that the team name?
Yep.
What is it? 140, 150 points? Hey, that's no joke right there, man.
Yeah, look
But
at that.
it's cool. It's cool seeing the Gold League, guys being in the Bronze League, Silver League, competing in all of them. But it should be interesting, man. I'm excited to see who comes out on top there too.
You know what I just
Monkey
realized?
Business,
This dude had Tyreek and Dallas defense. Golly.
that's
Holy
crazy,
crap. Hey,
man.
that's one hell of a week to have right there, especially for the first week right there. So shout out to the Bronze League, man. Appreciate you guys, man. It's fun. We're going to keep that going in there. And honestly, I feel very confident I'm going to win this league in the Bronze League. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I actually, you know what, Simmer? I'm gonna do this. Let me show you my team in bronze. It's actually ridiculous. I really don't understand how I got this team. Let me just show you this. You can see my screen, right? Okay, look. Let me show
Yeah, I
the
can see
bench players
your
still.
screen.
Okay, look. Joe Burrow, right? But Jamar Chase was my first pick. I got CeeDee Lamb still. Oh shit, where'd you go? Oh, he's right there. Okay, CeeDee Lamb, Jameer Gibbs, Rashad White, Kinsey, whatever, right? But I have CeeDee Lamb, Chase, Calvin Ridley, and then on my bench, I was still able to get Madison, Connor, and then Christian Kirk, Addison as well too. And I really don't get, because when we drafted Gold League, I was like, fuck, like, what did I not like? I was like, I don't feel like my team's as deep as it is in the other leagues. And what it is because I feel like better leagues, better drafters is what it is. Guys like yourself and even others were able to take some of these sleepers. I'm just wondering, how the hell did I get Chase, Lamb, and Ridley and still get Gibbs? I don't know, but I really feel
Hey,
like I'm gonna win that league though, because golly, I have some upside. I feel like on that team. But here we go. Let's talk about Silver League real quick and give them some love, man. The Silver League, much love to this league right here. Now this league's been going on literally since 2019. We've been looking at it. I won it, I think the first time, and then I want to say Adriel won it, and then I want to say Simmer won it, and then now we're in our fourth year. There may have been another year, and I may have been the winner, but I don't know. I gotta figure that out. But anyway, this is the new season though for the Silver League, and we're excited because this league has a lot of lineage and history to it. The current champ is right here on the screen with you guys right now. Is there anything you want to say about being a champ of the Silver League?
hey, man, all I gotta say is I got a lot of love for Silver League. That's where I started. So I got a lot of love for Silver League, and I'm excited to see how it pans out. Hey, we had a lot of Gold League guys talking hella shit in Silver League last year. A lot
That's
of shit,
facts.
man. But hey, I'm here now, so
And
let me
it's funny.
back it up
That's
a
why
little
it makes
bit.
it exciting that Simmer's in the Gold League now, and even for Adriel as well too. Adriel's not in this meeting obviously with us, but Adriel's they're talking shit to him, and he's like, all right, now, and he finished in the semifinals. And the Silver League, there's a lot of pride in that league. I finished like 7-9 or so. It was some really bad sub 500, and I'm actually really pissed I finished like that last year. So this is the year I'm excited to avenge myself back in this league again. Let's talk about what happened real quick in week 1, and then we're gonna jump into Gold League. In week 1, was able to put a 141. Man, that was such a big time week. I forgot. Oh yeah, it's because look at that, man. Just the squad right there. Brandon Ayuk, 32, really putting it on right there, man. So that was a big time week. I almost thought I had Dallas Cowboys defense, but I remember not this league. That's the next one. But yeah, it was a big time week right there. If you see Koopa, Gold League GM was able to win, and he barely snuck that out too against someone that had 120 points. And then just Neil, where you at? 84. Ooh, Gold League GM stinking it up in the first week out there, and that's some interesting stuff for them. We have all these Silver League GMs that are fighting to win the Silver League and earn their place to be in the Gold League and show up to the draft with us next year. And honestly, I want all the GMs to show up anyway, but you want to show up there and actually draft a team, because that's special, and that's the motivation that we got right here. And take a
Absolutely.
look at the standings. Dope to see me on top right now at 141. In the other leagues, you got like Simmer, who's we're gonna talk about it in a second, who's got this crazy score, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm one of those in one of the leagues. Hell fucking yeah. And we got some great people here. Twani Football drafted all receivers, put up 139 points, man. Shout out to him right there. And then Monkey Business, 66. Ooh, went from 166 and then literally lost 100 points. That's crazy right there. But Simmer, any thoughts about the Silver League and what you're seeing in the first week as the champion of this league?
Hey, man, shout out Shoe, man, top of the Silver League. But all I'm gonna say is it's really not about how you start. I started the year off 1-4 last year in Silver League.
You did, huh?
So I
Damn, that's
did. I started off
crazy.
1-4. I was on the bottom of the list and then made my way back up top. But also, I just wanted to give out shout out to my boy Koopa. Happy belated birthday to the dog.
Hey, happy birthday, Koopa, man. Hell yeah, man. So much love to Koopa and much love to the Silver League GMs, man. Excited to see who's going to be the next person after Simmer that we can say, yep, that person won the Silver League. It's probably going to be me. All right, so let's jump to the
You're
Gold
talking
League.
shit, man.
Yeah, it ain't going to be Twan. I ain't going to lie. Twan, you watching this, man. Half my motivation is I ain't going to let you win. Hell no, you and just Neil. In every league,
Hey,
especially.
that boy Twan talks his
Hell yeah,
shit,
but
man.
he
That boy
backed it
Twan
up week
talks his
1. I'm gonna
shit.
give that man
Yeah.
his credit. I love it. He's engaging. He backed up his talk week 1, but can he sustain? We gonna see, man. We gonna see. So I love it. Here we go, man. Y'all know what time it is. I wish I had some horns. Maybe I'll just add them in. But burn, 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 burn. But nah. Here we go, y'all. The main league, the main event. The league that started this, the league that gave us the motivation to say, you know what? Instead of you know how that started, the little weekly thing. We were playing fantasy, and this was like I think before I met you, but I was like, you know what, bro? I'm gonna just send them like a weekly like text, message, like how just like in a WhatsApp, and I'm like, I'm gonna just pick a winner, da da. And then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I can make videos. I was like, why don't we give them a video? Because who else is doing that in other leagues? And I was like, that would be cool if I was playing in a league. If
Oh
I
yeah.
could watch someone talk about my matchup. So that's what we're here to do. And we're excited to be able to bring different guests on. So shout out to Simmer for joining us. We had Meats on last week. So you never know who we might have next. Shit, I might bring fucking The Rock on. And he's going to talk about how Raw Squad is trash. No, just kidding. But hey, let's go ahead and look back at week 1, baby. And we're actually going to spend more time on Gold League as always with everything else, and this is what we're cooking right now with the standings, so we're gonna dive into this more. So as we see right here, man, number 1 seed, he's on the screen, man. Go ahead, man, tell us how you feeling after that big time week.
Man, I feel good, bro. I feel real good. Hey, before the week and before everything, I knew I had a good team. I thought I drafted well. I got Brandon Ayuk sitting on my bench who put up 32 week one too, man. But honestly, with me, it was just Tua, bro. Tua went crazy week one. Tua Tyreek stack, went crazy for me. I
Let's
feel
look
like
at
my
his
receivers are
matchup.
pretty loaded. Oh,
Whew.
receivers are loaded, man. It was like Chris Olave. I got Keenan Allen, and those guys didn't even go crazy like that. But Tyreek put the team on his shoulder, and rest is
And then he
history.
still had the 21 with Richardson and Ayuk with 32 on the bench, looking deep. My goodness, man. Whew. So yeah, that's what we're looking with the standings right there. I know Simmer's feeling good after week one, puts up 166 points and only had 82 scored against him. What a crazy score differential right there. And then obviously number two, we have Justin Game of Thrones, which is going to be El Jefe. I don't know how I feel about the team name. I'm going to keep it a buck. I think it might be a little bit buns. But hey, your team was not though. 130 points right there. And we'll dive into the matchup here in a second. And then we got Watch 'em Weep. Closer matchup than we expected. 127 points though, pretty good. And then myself, 122. It was a very interesting week to say the least with Kels, but Cowboys defense for some reason was pulling. Well, not for some reason. I'm just like, damn, I'm a Houston guy. So Dallas. But here we go. And then Orange Kush, fifth seed, right? 120 points right there. Only won by 4 points though, but that's gonna be a big time dub right there to be 1-0 right there. And then here we go for the people, our losses. All of our Owens is what we like to call them. Shout out to our Owens, 0-1, 0-1, 0-1, and 0-1 right. And here we go. So we got Mahomes Depot, my boy just Neil, only lost by 4 points though. So that's an interesting one right there. Raw Squad was able to put up 113 but still lost. And then So Good It Hurts, disappointing performance to put up 87 points. And considering that he passed on McCaffrey, I don't know if my boy the Raj, man, Raju, I don't know if you're hurting right now, but I feel like if I was you, I'd be hurting a little bit because I passed on McCaffrey in the Bronze League, and I'm actually hurting on that one. So, and then we got Flash them TDs, my boy Adriel, 82 points right there, not the best performance for Adriel, who's someone who's never finished less than the semifinals in fantasy, and he's only been doing it for about 2 years, 3 years or so far, but he's literally been like, I don't know what you want to say, like a Norris Cole type, where like, he's only known winning, like he's never known losing. So for him to start 0-1 is actually pretty interesting. So I'm excited to see if he can sustain that success this year. So he's got that challenge in front of him against me this week, though, baby. So 0-2 on the way. And then lastly, I mean, fuck, I don't want to keep saying it, but are we shocked at this point? Drinking my cup, 0-1, 81 points, the lowest total. Swag, bro, you finished third in like, what was it, 2017 or 16 or something like. You can do it, bro. You just need to focus, man, and you need to do some research and apply yourself. You're smart enough, but you're not applying yourself. You're distracted. You're looking at like titties on your phone or some shit too often. You need to be on the fantasy app instead, all right? But nah, but this is what we're cooking with week one. But it's a long season. Simmer just said he was 1-4 in the Silver League and won that shit. So it's about the moves we make now, right? So let's keep it going with you guys. And we see the waivers from this week. I think everybody already submitted their moves, so we'll be able to see their lineups for sure and go from there. But let's dive into the matchups from last week. We're gonna start with the main one we just looked at, that we just tapped in with, which was the craziest score so far. I think the highest point total out of everybody for all leagues, I believe. So 166 points to 82 points. Simmer said his receivers were deep. Tyreek Hill, 44 points. I mean, I know you kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but is there anything you want to talk about this matchup right here?
Yeah, man. Well, for starters, I think Adriel would have lost this matchup regardless, but I do feel bad for the guy. He got a combined .9 points from T. Higgins, Antonio Gibson, and Drake London combined. So that's kind of tough, but I mean, I think you said it in the preview in the last video, man. What are you doing starting Antonio Gibson this week? Obviously I wasn't gonna say anything, but that was just I didn't see the logic in that one.
.9. That was tough. And we had Miles Sanders on the bench with 11. I mean, that doesn't mean it was gonna translate to a win, just like how Simmer said, but it will in those matchups where like how just Neil lost by like 4 points. That may end up being a matchup that he'll be in someday, and that may be a crucial decision right there. Drake London though, that's fucking wild. 0 points, dog. I think he had 1 target, 2 targets.
Yeah, I think two. I think him and Pitts had like a combined 4 or 5 targets. It was insane.
What's crazy too is T. Higgins is 4th round pick. Drake London is 7th round pick. So it's like His 7th and 4th round pick literally combined 0 points. That is always difficult. So we actually expect Adriel to bounce back, which is actually scary for me in that sense because fuck, I'm playing against him next week. So I'm actually worried T. Higgins is about to go crazy. So we'll see how that goes down. So that was that matchup right there. Any final thoughts about this one before we get to the next one?
Yeah, yeah. One quick thing.
Yeah,
Someone
absolutely.
brought it up earlier. In the chat, some people were talking, but yeah, like you were saying, London was in the 7th round. He could have taken Brandon Ayuk in the 7th, but hey,
Yeah, Brandon
hey
Ayuk
man,
goes in the 7th round. Actually, oh yeah, wait, yeah, he did actually. He could have. Yeah, I think so. You're right. Yeah, damn, that's crazy, man. It's funny if we redrafted right now, where half these players would go and where they wouldn't, man. So let's go ahead and jump into the next matchup from last week. We got Watch 'em Weep and Raw Squad, and Watch 'em Weep was definitely watching himself weep when he saw Aaron Rodgers lay back down and realized,
man,
holy fuck, my 2nd round pick is now has the same value as fucking, I don't know, Cortland Sutton. But to his benefit though, if I was a Garrett Wilson fantasy owner and I saw that happen, and then the way they did still target him after by Zach Wilson, obviously, I would be like, all right, at least I need to see that if I'm gonna see anything happen like that. But yeah, so 127 for Watch 'em Weep. He still put up a big time week and gets away with the dub versus Marisa, who has 113 right there. Deshaun Watson putting up 21. Aaron Jones with 26, but at the cost of his hamstring. We're gonna find out. And then Calvin Ridley, who looks like he should have been taken in the 1st round damn near right now, right? He's looking like he's going to be a wide receiver 1 this year. So that's at
the
least a
boy,
really big
nice.
silver point for him to have Garrett Wilson maybe have value drop off. I mean, obviously it's going to be a drop off from Aaron Rodgers, but who knows? What if Zach Wilson just starts feeding his ass? That's what he's got to hope for best scenario. But Damian Pierce, 6 points. Arnold, I've been telling you, y'all were saying, no, because half of them are fucking Texans fans, obviously.
Man,
But I've
that's
been
crazy.
saying it. He's going to be struggling this season because everybody's going to key in on the box and his O-line sucks and they have a hard rush schedule. And watch, bro. He's going to be like 6 points, 9 points. Yeah, he might score 15 points on a week they play like the fucking, I don't know, the Jaguars run defense or some shit. I don't know if they have a bad run defense, but let me talk my shit because I think you're going to struggle this year with that flex position, man. But Jamal Williams, though, next week is going to be good for you. But you better hope Jerry Jeudy shows out. Danger ace. So if not, I'm on your ass. All the people that have won, like Koopa, Neil, Arnold, I have an extra like criticism of them because I'm like, fuck, they won. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm holding y'all to that higher standard. You know what I mean? So I want to see excellence only at all positions from the champions, especially the Gold League champions. And then we got Raw Squad. 3 points from Burrow, 9 from Chase. My God, 6 from Cooper.
Man,
I mean, to their benefit, it was a rainy day that day, so hopefully these guys can bounce back. But damn, that is really tough. But his running back duo hero looks really elite right there. He's saying best running back duo in our entire fantasy league. He has it, so that's a claim right there that he wanted to put out to everybody. And then Javonte Williams in the flex looked encouraging, even though it was only 9 points. We'll see how that goes, but it was at the expense of me starting out 0-1. And in fantasy, starting out losing is always tough to come back from. And when you have victories early on, it gives you more room to have those kind of mistakes or start someone that wasn't supposed to be started or whatever room that you may do as a human to make that error. His bench doesn't look good too either. DJ Moore 4, Smith Njigba, a chain, and a chain. Who knows? He might get some looks this week, but man, that's gonna be interesting right there. But Philly defense, by the way, we're going to talk about week 2 matchups. They only put up 7 points this coming week, so 19 was good that week, but this week not encouraging right there. Simmer, what are your thoughts after that breakdown of this matchup?
man. Well, for starters, I was gonna say I thought Arnold drafted really well. I mean, I thought he looked really good during the draft. Obviously looks a little different now. Um,
Shit, I think
I
that's a lot of
but
us, to be honest, too, though.
I think the Kyle Pitts pick, I think the Damian Pierce pick, obviously, with the Garrett Wilson pick, we were joking in the group chat talking about, oh, it's a reach, man. I thought that was
I
such a
was
great
just
pick
talking
in the second
shit.
round. I know you were, but I thought it was such a good pick in the second round. But man, I do feel bad, but at the same time, I don't because
It's
makes
fantasy.
makes everyone else's job a little easier, man. Fantasy's a
Yeah.
game of luck at the end of the day. And I know Aaron Jones put up a nasty game last week, but man, might not play this week, so it might look a little different next week for Arnold. And on the other side, I know Raw Squad lost, but I think you take that loss with a grain of salt, man. You got Joe Burrow, you got Jamar Chase. I think Amari got hurt like halfway through the game or something. Dude's got a good team, and I know he's got solid running backs, but it's not 2016 anymore. It's not a running back league, you know.
That's a good point.
So, but you know, he's still got a solid team. So I think Raw Squad's gonna be nice moving forward.
Nice. Yeah, actually, yeah, I expect them to bounce back. Well, hopefully, because if Raw Squad doesn't actually have a bounce back in this league, then that means I'm fucked in the Bronze League where I have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. So maybe I need to trade them or some shit, but nah. But yeah, that was still a good matchup right here for Raw Squad to still put up 113, considering it was a dud for really his quarterback and his wide receiver. And then same thing for Watching Weep. Even though he has Kyle Pitts and Pierce, which we basically kind of agreeing on, some is that they have kind of a ceiling with their fantasy value. He still put up a lot of points with that, but can those injuries sustain, or will those injuries sustain? We're gonna find out from the next weeks as we go. Let's go ahead and talk about the next matchup. We got So Good It Hurts, a California versus Texas matchup right here. That's right, 209 versus the 713 right here. Justin Game of Thrones, that boy Jeffrey right here, has big time victory, 130 points almost to 87 right here, man. And we see some big performances from the jump from the screen. Justin Jefferson, of course. Austin Eckler, who went off, but hey, now I don't think he's gonna play this week, so we'll talk about that soon. And then Mike Evans in the flex, that was really clutch. 18 points versus Swift only having 1, but hey, Swift was also left on the bench this week. We'll talk about that in a second, right? And then we see some players left on the bench as well too. Pittman 23, Breece Hall 15, but it didn't matter for Jeff over there. Simmer, any thoughts about this matchup right here? I believe you're playing Jeff this next week too, so.
I am, which I'll get into that later too.
Yeah.
But that being said, Dilraj, you got a Niner logo in your in your little profile picture, and you take Eckler.
I swore he was gonna take McCaffrey.
On,
I was like, I would have put $1,000 on it in Vegas, like, yep, or whatever.
He's like. I think he hit the group chat talking about, I got C-Mac in another league. Man, it doesn't matter if you have a stud in another league, man. I get it. You don't want the same players in the same leagues, but when it's the top guys, just because I got Jettas in another league doesn't mean I'm not going to take him one-on-one in this league. So, when he said that, I was kind of like, all right, I guess. But, no, I think I'm not going to lie, man. I love Jalen Hurts. But that man does not look the same as he did last year. That Minnesota defense was not good, but
he did score though a lot of fantasy points this week though.
Hey man, those should, all I'm gonna say is those should have been more points for Swift at the 1 yard line. So he got vultured a couple touchdowns, and he had a couple deep balls to Devontae Smith, but I don't know, man. He doesn't look the same as he did last year. He doesn't turn the ball over though.
I know. I honestly feel like they're gonna start talking about how Brock Purdy's better than him in a few weeks. So hey, watch out. The media's gonna go crazy.
I'm a Niner fan, but don't even get me started yet. But I think the Raj has a solid team. I like Josh Jacobs. I think he's gonna bounce back. Next year's gonna be tough for the man though. Austin Eckler's out, and I think it's a high ankle sprain if I'm not mistaken. So, that's sometimes tough to come back for.
And they said his agent died apparently, so I'm like, he might be just like
really
not even like dead ass his actual agent, and he went to the funeral on Wednesday, and I was like. Dude might not even just want to play football this week. Like, there's also, like, that possibility. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. So, yeah, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to the next matchup, man. Thank you, Simmer, for meeting and doing this video. Y'all know what it is, man. Week 2 video, man. Excited to get these out to you guys. So, we have, I think we talked about this on this one. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about mine, this one right here. So, we got myself versus Drinking My Cup. The battle of the first round picks missing. I don't know what I could say, right? The battle of both of our guys being on IR week 1, right? Him losing Cooper Kupp and myself not having Travis Kelce available for week 1. And it's funny because if that was going to ever happen to anyone in a fantasy league, you would want to go up against someone that is probably missing their first round pick as well too, to helpfully balance that shit out, right? And you see this matchup right here was good for the most part. And actually Sway, he only put up 81 points, but in the beginning, it did not look like he was going to put up 81 points. And then all of a sudden, his team just kind of dudded, And obviously, Najee Harris did not have a good matchup right there at all. And my team didn't really do anything spectacular. It was some people were consistent. A lot of people had bad performances. But then the Cowboys defense, Amon-Ra St. Brown, they really inflated the score more so. But 122, considering the team isn't performing the way they wanted to or the way I like them to perform, and Travis Kills coming back is encouraging for myself, so I'm excited about that. But Swag, I feel like his team will probably have better matchups as well as they get forward, and we'll go from there. And then you see the bench as well too. Still had some pretty solid players on the bench, so we'll see how Swag mix and matches, and myself as well too as the week goes. But I actually dropped like half the bench, and that's how I be doing that shit though. I'm ready to jump on it at all times. But yes, Simmer, you got any ideas or any thoughts about this matchup, man?
I just got one thing to say, man. 41 points from the Dallas Cowboys.
Bro, I can't believe
crazy.
13th round, and I was like, oh, fuck.
They should have gone in the first round based on this. So,
bro, right?
Hey, like all I'm gonna say is they play Zach Wilson. They play Zach Wilson week 2. So I don't think it stops anytime soon.
I can't fucking wait. When I saw that, I was like, oh man, like I'm sad Aaron Rodgers is down, but my Gold League fantasy team, which is the most important league to me, is gonna fucking eat, so let's go. So, hell yeah, I was excited about that 41 points, man. I'm like, damn, I couldn't believe I got them in the 13th round. Hey, they better keep eating all year, man. So, we'll keep it going from there. So, shout out to Micah Parsons. Nick Bosa's still better than you, bro, but for now, y'all got to keep eating so you can prove that you might be better than him. We'll see. Last but not least, we got Orange Kush versus Mahomes Depot, which was our reach of the week. Last year's the matchup of the week was actually Del Raj and El Jefe, which actually didn't really pan out to be as much of a matchup of the week. And then this was actually, I think, our toilet bowl of the week, if I'm not mistaken, and also our reach matchup of the week, meaning that we have this guy who picked Darren Waller, and then we all can agree or disagree on the Mahomes pick, but I'm going to call his ass a reach because I don't give a fuck. But we have this matchup right here. We see some big performances. We see some duds as well, too. Simmer, you got any thoughts about this matchup from here?
Oh, come on. Mike, Darren Waller in the third, bro. I was over here sitting in the draft, right? And I was like, man.
Oh, yeah. What was your reaction?
So I really wanted Mark Andrews to fall to me in the 4th. I was like, it's not going to happen, but I would love to take Mark Andrews in the 4th. And then I see Mike take Darren Waller at the end of the 3rd round, and I could not stop laughing, man. I could not stop laughing. Oh, man, Mike, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Oh,
I don't think Just Neal taking Mahomes was crazy. Like, I don't think it was too crazy, but I think he left a lot of value on the board. But I don't think it was a horrible pick. I don't think it was horrible. I get it. It's Mahomes, the best player in the NFL.
That's so funny, man. Oh, man, I love it. Because, honestly, we all had the same fucking reaction, but in person. So, that's why I'm like, I can't wait till next year when we do this draft. And we're all together. And it's going to be so fucking funny because somebody's going to do it now. He might blame it on the liquor. He might blame it on some other things. But, hey, now, that boy was scheming. And I'm about to drop the vlog soon. I'm just about to put some final touches on it this weekend. Probably going to drop it on Saturday, more than likely, hopefully. And it's going to be funny because you guys are going to see elements of these guys scheming these fucking reaches and acting like no one's going to, like, don't worry, like, I'm going to take Darren Waller. Like, someone's going to fucking take Darren Waller in the 3rd round. So that's just hella funny. So shout out to my boy Cooper, man. Happy birthday, much love. And big time dub right there, 119 points right there. So let's go ahead and jump into our matchups for this week. That's right. We talked about last week. We talked about the matchups. Let's go ahead and let me get back to the league real quick. Jump into week 2's matchups right here. And we actually have some going already, as you guys can see on this screen right here. So myself and Flash them TDs against each other this week. He's 0-1. I'm 1-0. Close projection as well, too, but no one's played yet from Thursday night, so we're going to be going at it on Sunday right away. And then we have Orange Kush, so good it hurts. We'll jump into those matchups individually. You see you got some points already. Watch 'em Weep versus Drink My Cup. Mahomes Depot versus Raw Squad. And then, how you say your team name? You got to say it.
Hey, it's Brolo El Cunado. I don't know if any of y'all ever watched The League. It's a comedy show about fantasy football. So it's a name off of The League. So
facts. That's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It's funny because I started the show right before the draft again. Like, I watched it back in the day, and I was like, let me rewatch that shit because it's hella hard. And then now you got me wanting to go back and fucking finish it because that show's so fucking fire, man. And yeah, so It's funny because we have half Spanish people in the league, and I thought for a second I was like, oh, one of the Texas GMs changed their names. I was like, wait, that's Simmer's team. What the fuck? So I love it. I love it. So yeah, let's dive into these matchups this week, man. And y'all know how this works. All right, so we're gonna dive into these matchups. We're gonna be picking our picks as well too. I think me said he's gonna keep track of who picks what, and then like how do those results come, basically like an NFL pick'em as well too. So we're gonna try to be as accurate as we can for that as well. And as always, y'all know what it is. We're gonna be picking our Flash Zillions matchup of the week and our Toilet Bowl matchup of the week as well too. You never want to be in the Toilet Bowl, and you always want to be in the matchup of the week to get that spotlight as well too. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And you know what it is. Our guest, he's our special guest GM that's joining us, our Silver League champion, our newest member to the Gold League. He'll be determining which one is which, so I'm excited to do that. So let's go ahead and jump into these matchups. We can go ahead and start with mine first. We got myself, Kyle Trebegan versus Flash them TDs, my boy Adriel, who's never finished less than the semifinals. But is he going to start off 0-2? Maybe. I don't know. You know, I'm going to pick myself this week. I actually feel like Mike Williams, he got in the game, then he got out the game. Or no, he got out the game, then came back in the game and was fine. And if that didn't happen, I feel like he could be fine. And I feel like he's going to score a touchdown this week against Tennessee's trash defense. So I'm hoping for a bounce back from him. And Jahmyr Gibbs, I hope my boy goes the fuck off. And of course, Travis Kelce being inserted into the lineup. I mean, Rachaad White has a good matchup, but didn't really do that much last week. James Conner looking like he's going to play, but he's a little hurt. I'm still probably going to end up starting him. But Travis Kelce, Gibbs, Mike Williams, St. Brown, and Fields. Let's fucking go. If y'all just show up and play, man, I'm very confident I can fucking win this week. And then, of course, my kicker, we'll see how Jimmy G does with getting him down to the field. But Dallas defense going up against Zach Wilson. Oh, my God. This is a dream matchup. Y'all know I'm not a fan of Zach Wilson. I've always been a Justin Fields guy from the jump. So I'm excited to see them just fucking go crazy and Micah Parsons destroy that line. So I'm excited for that matchup. And then on the bench as well too, Kirk and Addison, I'm going to just throw it out there right now. They're on the trade block, all right? These guys are going to be balling out. Kirk is going to have a breakout year. He's going to be behind in every fucking game and has all these weapons. So y'all that get those y'all that need a quarterback, I got you guys, all right? And, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to rock with this starting lineup right here. And it looks like Adriel is going to rock with this lineup right here. Josh Allen, Diggs, Higgins, probably going to bounce back. Nick Chubb against the Steelers. That looks really good on Monday night. Miles Sanders. Kittle against the Rams, who historically always goes off against them. So that has me a little weary. And Christian Kirk, who didn't go off last week, but has a really good matchup. But his projection is sliding down. I noticed that. So it's going to be interesting. Simmer, what are your thoughts, man, on this matchup right here? And who do you have winning this one?
And Travis Kelce's back, so, you know, that speaks for itself right there. But I also think Josh Allen's not going to have as bad of a game as he did last week. And then hopefully T. Higgins doesn't put up 0 points. I see Adriel finally took Antonio Gibson out of his lineup and starting Miles Sanders instead. I hate Christian Kirk. I will say that. I will openly say that. I think with Zay Jones and now with, you know, with bringing Calvin Ridley onto the team, I think he's going to see a lot less looks, even though he's getting paid. You know, he's an outside guy, but I think Zay Jones just fits the offense a little better. I think it's going to be a close matchup, but I think the Cowboys defense is going to go crazy again, man. I'm going to have to roll with Trebek because I really do think the Cowboys defense is going to go crazy again this week.
Let's go. Facts, man. I'm really hoping for a lot of turnovers and a bunch of crazy ball, man. And I'm actually hoping for the Jets defense to destroy the Cowboys offense too. So that's going to be a fun matchup. So y'all here to hear first, man. So I'm rocking with myself. Simmer's going to pick myself as well too. But y'all never know. Fantasy is a crazy game. But let's see if Adriel ends up going 0-2. And I would love to be able to start out 2-0. That would be fantastic. I think last year, I don't think I started off well in all the leagues, and I was playing from behind. So to be able to start off 2-0 would be very good this year. So hopefully that happens. Let's go ahead and keep it going now. And, you know, we're considering in the back of our minds, man, matchups of the week, Toilet Bowl of the week. And here we go. We got a matchup that already has a game happen. And these guys literally both had 2 players playing each, which is dope because as you're watching it, you're hoping for one thing to happen and nothing to happen for another guy. And it's fun, man. So I love that so much. And as crazy as these guys both scored the same amount of points, 34-34. Jalen Hurts scored 26, right? And then Smith 23, Goddard 8, Jake Elliott 11. Simmer, what are your thoughts about this matchup right here and with these guys going into Sunday?
Mike's team looks good, man. Mike's team's got some good matchups this week. Seattle's defense looked ass last week, so I think David Montgomery's got potential. I think Jameer Gibbs and I have a good game this week. Um, I think Delra's got to pull Austin Eckler out of his lineup, so hopefully he's paying attention to that before Sunday. Um, Aside from that, I think these are really fairly even teams. I just like Mike's matchups a little bit more this week, so I think I'm gonna roll with Mike.
Nice, nice. And it's funny because Daraj left 27 points on the bench with
Damn.
Swift. And I think he said it too. I think he said he forgot to switch it in this league, which I hope he's not forgetting to switch Eckler as well too. And I think honestly, because of
Does he have
that,
another running back on his roster?
does he?
Uh,
Zeke.
he, he either starting Zeke or Elijah Mitchell,
And
man.
I think what's funny is he has his backup, Kelly. That's funny.
Oh, hey, shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike. Mike over there doing his homework. He's like, I'm gonna make sure you don't even get your replacement. That's what I tried to do to Swag. Obviously, Puka was the real replacement for Cooper Kupp, but I was like, let me go grab Van Jefferson just so this dude can't grab him and start him against me, and he can't get that cuff. So that's a good move right there by him. And honestly, I think I'm gonna have to rock with Mike as well too. I love the matchups. I mean, the Lions got to go off because obviously I got Jameer Gibbs on my team, so I'm gonna take that angle every time. I don't. Do you think CeeDee Lamb is gonna do good against the Jets?
Dude, Sauce
Because
Gardner's a beast, but I mean, Stephon Diggs had a good game last week, man. I think CeeDee Lamb's a dog, and I think he plays out of the slot a lot too. So I think he might not see Sauce Gardner every single play. So I think CD still does his thing. He might not go crazy, but he's still going to give you a solid like 12,
facts.
15 points, even at the
And
least.
I would say too that Trevor Lawrence, if there's ever a week he's gonna have like a 40-point game or some crazy shit like that. I mean,
It's this week, man.
he's gotta go crazy. Like I've noticed that like Jalen Hurts had like four touchdowns in the Super Bowl or some shit like that. It's like you gotta be willing to score damn near 5-6 if you don't have that defense. If you're gonna go up against a Mahomes team. So he's literally primed for one of the best matchups right there. But I think because he left that flex on the bench, I think that's gonna hurt him, especially with the Eckler as well too, because that was the spot to replace Eckler this week. Ideally, with your lineup is plug in Swift for Eckler, right? And then you can figure out that next spot, and that's going to be tough to come back from. And so Mike can have a lot of room for some guys to maybe not show up. Darren Waller, no, I'm just kidding. But Gabe Davis, though, I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, good matchup. So let's see how that works out for him. So yeah, we got the predictions in right there for us. So cool. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one now. We got Watch Him Weep, who I'm going to keep saying it again. My boy was watching him weep with the Jets fans in that stadium. He was weeping with all of them, and Swag over here weeping too, drinking my cup. 6 points from A.J. Brown. That is, oh man, that's so tough right there, man. After going 0-1 and dealing with the Cooper Kupp injury, it's like, all right, well, I got a dual wide receiver hero. I drafted one. I drafted another one in the second round. Should be good. And then he puts up 6. Holy crap. So now we're looking for him to rely on Chris Godwin, who he drafted in the 8th round, to be his wide receiver 2. And his running back heroes, I feel like they should be able to bounce back this week and do good. But Hopkins, I don't even think he's going to play this week. So if we really look at Swag's bench, is Mostert going to play? I think he might, but he might want to plug in Michael Thomas. I'm going to throw something out there, Swag, if you watch this before Sunday. They placed J.C. Horn, the Panthers, on IR. So, hey, now, you got some backup corners in there. You might need to throw Michael Thomas in while he's healthy, and we'll see how that goes. But Kenneth Gainwell, that sucks. That would have been a good depth play for him as well, too, right there. But that's going to be interesting to see. And as we look on the other side, we got Watch Him Weep, who was 1-0 last week. But he's also dealing with some roster struggles as well, too. And he's getting Jerry Jeudy back this week. So we'll see how that looks for him. Really looks like the wide receiver 1. Watson went out there and got rushing touchdowns. He might just be able to score fantasy points, even though he might not be good in real life eyes and stuff like that. Barkley with Pierce now as the duo in there, and then Jamal Williams in the flex. So last week he had Dameon Pierce in the flex, and we know Kyle Pitts is a tight end. Who did he take out? Oh, Aaron Jones. So Aaron Jones, obviously on the bench, who looks like he's not going to play this week due to the hamstring. He also picked up Puka, but he's not going to start him as well because obviously it looks like he's going to not be able to play as well too. And then he's benching Garrett Wilson. So that's crazy because he went from his 3rd and 4th round pick are both now on his bench due to injuries, really all the way around, right, between Aaron Rodgers and those guys. That is tough. But the benefit of getting Jamal Williams when he got him, and what was that? It's funny because I have the board right in front of me for this purpose. in the 10th round. Fantastic to be able to plug him in for right now, but that's only good for a couple more weeks till Kamara comes back. So, Simmer, with what you're seeing on this board right now and these matches, man, who do you got this week? This is an interesting matchup right here.
It is. I think it's a rough start for drinking my cup. AJ Brown giving you less than 7 points. I don't like Najee's matchup again this week. Cleveland looked really good against Cincinnati last
Bro,
week, man.
yeah,
The
they
defense
did.
looked nice. So I think Najee's gonna have a tough matchup, against them. I don't know if D Hop plays. I mean, he saw Ryan Tannehill throw the ball to him last week. He was like, you know what? I think I'm cool sitting on the sideline. Um, but I'm gonna roll. I like watching Weep's team this week because of the matchups. I think Saquon has a great game against Arizona. I think Calvin Ridley goes crazy against Kansas City because they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. I like Dameon Pierce against Indianapolis this week too. I don't know what his team's going to look like later on in the year, with all the injuries he's got, but I think I'm going to take him this week though.
Facts. I love to see it, man. So y'all know what we're rocking with. I'm gonna rock with you said you taking Arnold, right?
Yep, I'm
Yep.
taking Arnold.
Yeah, my bad. I had a brain fart. I was like, wait, what did you pick? And I'm actually, because I started thinking about my pick too, and I was like, this is an interesting matchup. And yeah, it's tough. I feel like you're gonna go 0-2, and Arnold's gonna be able to sneak out another victory. And what I mean by sneak out is like, even though he's dealing with the roster issues that he's dealing with, being 2-0 is still in a very good spot with that, and giving yourself that room to figure out the roster. And Swag, you just got to put a little more urgency maybe now on just figuring out that roster that you have. And I feel like the real reason why is because Arnold has more boom potential with the Jerry Jeudy, a Ridley, a Barkley, a Watson, if they live up to their potential, of course, versus the other side. I agree with Simmer. Those are some tougher matchups. Even though Najee Harris might not struggle as much as he did against the Niners, that Cleveland defense is looking really good. So it's going to be something interesting to see. But drinking my cup, like we said earlier, Simmer started 1-4 and won the Silver League. So it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So we're going to keep it going now. The next one we got Mahomes Depot versus Raw Squad. All right, now this is going to be a good matchup right here. We already see we got one person who played, or two players, all right? Philly defense, disappointing, 7 points, even though these guys had 3 fumble recoveries, 2 sacks.
Crazy.
Kirk Cousins still threw for 4 touchdowns, over 374 yards. What a game that was right there. I'm about to hype up Kirk Cousins because I got him on Wednesday. 28 fantasy points, 74 yards, guys. 4 touchdowns against the Philly defense that y'all always hype up in the Discord because y'all want to talk shit to the Niners. All right, well, value this then and trade for Kirk Cousins if the Philly defense is built like that, the way y'all saying they are, all right? So let me get back to business. Hawkinson, 25 points. That was massive right there. I think he got a trash time touchdown, too, that just is like putting it on Mauricio even more difficultly. And the projection is still close, though, right? Even though I think it has him. Oh, no, my bad. I'm tripping. I was looking at original projection.
14 points.
Yeah, 134 to 120. Raw Squad, just like Swag, is looking like he's going to start off 0-2. And Mahomes Depot, that boy just knew who started off 0-1. And that's the battle of this one. Somebody's got to be 0-2. And it looks like Mahomes Depot might not be 0-2. And Simmer, what do you think about this matchup, and who are you going to be rocking with?
I actually think both these guys have really good teams. I think it's gonna end up being a close matchup. I thought it was gonna be a close matchup, going into it. And honestly, if you would have asked me yesterday or 2 days ago who I think was gonna win this matchup, I would have probably said Raw Squad. But it's really hard to beat a team whose tight end scores almost 26 points. I mean, if TJ Hawkinson's giving them almost 26 points, it's a nice little safety. Not to mention the guy still got Patrick Mahomes to play, still got Jalen Waddle to play, still got C-Mac to play. Obviously Raw Squad still got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tony Pollard, but I think 26 points from your tight end's a lot, and it's hard to lose when you get that from your tight end.
I agree, man. That's such a crucial position to get such value from. It's like when I got 41 points from the Cowboys. Even let me flex that real quick. Yeah, I mean, it's like when I got not just playing, but for real, it's like holy fuck. Like I did not expect that, and that really boosts the team a lot. And so that's so crucial right there. And we take a look at their benches. Deontay Johnson is hurting right there, but Alvin Kamara, the clock is ticking. Right, we got a couple weeks left until he's back, so that'll be interesting to see how he plugs that into this lineup along with McCaffrey and Stevenson. Pretty good team right there that he has. And Raw Squad, not a bad team either. I think we were in agreement with that. It's just some unfavorable matchups. Obviously, when you're tied to the Bengals, you're tied to a team. And I've been finding that so fascinating this year in particular, just being like, man, when you go for that stack, you're literally like, all right. Like, fuck, if Joe Burrow's girlfriend breaks up with him and he's going to go out there and be like, oh, fuck, we got to deal with the fact that Joe Burrow's girlfriend broke up with him. Like, we're in it to win it now with the Bengals. And that's how I'm with the Bengals in the Bronze League as well, too. It's like, oh, fuck, we're tied to that team's success for the entire year versus having one guy and being able to move off him just in case. We're really stuck to it now, right? And so with this one, I think you picked Mahomes Depot. I'm picking Mahomes Depot as well, too. I think that's just kind of tough to come back from. But Meese and Swag, it should be a little bit more encouraging to you guys if you guys are watching at this part of there's more teams 0-2, which means there's more room to be able to bounce back from that as well too. Now let's jump into the last one. Last but not least at all. Let's say that for sure. These are two very, very strong teams that had very good performances last week and already having strong performances now with the high projection. Y'all know what it is. We got Simmer on the screen right here, and then we got El Jefe just in Game of Thrones as well too. I know you've already been looking at this matchup. I'm the one that's new to really looking at it. I've glanced at it a little bit earlier, so I want you to give us your analysis and your breakdown, and obviously your overall prediction as well too.
I think Hefe's got a good team, man. I think Hefe's got a really good team. I think it's gonna be a really tough matchup, and he's got Herbert. Probably, I'm a Niner fan, but outside of the Niners, man, I would say Justin Herbert's my favorite player in the NFL. Love the guy. He's got Devonta Adams, who's got the potential to ball out. He's got Jimmy throwing the ball. Jimmy loves throwing it to his number one guy. Breece Hall looked really good last week. I know he's splitting carries, and it's kind of scary being on a team that is going to be a pretty weak offense. But Hall's a dog. Mike Evans, boom or bust. I mean, the guy can go up and get it, but he's got Baker as a quarterback, so I don't know what to tell you. On my side, dogs, man. These receivers are beasts. Derrick Henry, still love him, still a monster. And I'm hoping to have Mark Andrews back this week. I was missing him last week, so it would be nice to get him back this week. As you can see, I benched Alexander Madison this week. Started James Cook over him. I didn't like Madison's matchup, and it ended up being right.
So, yeah, I love that matchup for James Cook. That looks nice.
Yeah. But I gotta roll with myself, man. I could be projected to lose by 20, but I'm gonna have to roll with myself.
I love it, man. Obviously, man, and it's crazy because you guys have both players that could just like go off for like 40 points out of nowhere, and that's crazy. And Justin Jefferson, man, damn, what a fucking beast that guy is, man. Like, golly, it's such a pleasure to watch that guy cook. And man, like you said, this is a really good matchup right here between both of you guys. It is really hard to pick between both of you guys who is gonna win, man. Honestly, but I want to say I'm gonna rock with Simmer this week, and the real reason why is because I have Derrick Henry in like this other league, and him against that Chargers defense, and then Olave against the Carolina Panthers. I mean, and Tyreek Hill's Tyreek Hill anyway. I mean, I have a feeling that these guys might explode this week, and if they explode the way I think they might, that might be tough for El Jefe to bounce back from as well. So we'll see, and how Jimmy G does at Buffalo. I mean, we'll see how that works, man. So we'll go from there. But yeah, so I'm going to rock with Simmer this week. But this is a tough one. I'll say that much. You could easily be wrong. Coin flip, 50-50, however you want to word it. So yeah, so Simmer, it's that time, man. So we're at that point right now where we broke down each matchup, right? And you know what? Oh, I got to grab my thing real quick. So we broke down each matchup, and we're seeing which GMs are getting closer to this bad boy each week with each decision right here, right? And we're seeing which GMs are not. All right, and each decision, each week, each time they lose, they get further and further away from having this gold and this glory. So with these matchups that we have this week, man, we got our Gold League matchup of the week, all right? And we're going to have our Gold League Toilet Bowl matchup of the week as well, too. And you Gold League GMs, man, this is our prize that we want to get. We're also going to get the prize money, which is $1,000. And you're also going to get a jersey of your choice as well of any player that's on your team. And you get that for free for winning the league. So we're super excited to do that. And obviously bragging rights to everyone, not just Gold League, Silver League, and Bronze League as well, too. So Simmer, with what we've all talked about today, and thank you, man, for coming on. I appreciate you, and it's a pleasure to introduce you, man. Hell yeah, bro. So glad to be able to bring you on, introduce you to the league. Such a great member to have a part of this community that we have. So with that being said, man, I'm excited for you to make your first picks ever Matchup of the week, toilet bowl match of the week, man. Drop it on us. What do you got for us?
I'm gonna go with toilet bowl matchup of the week first. And I think I'm gonna go with watching Wheat versus drinking my cup. I know they're the lowest projected weeks, but I think both those guys are dealing with injuries and stuff too. So I just think it's a tougher matchup. Plus, you got third going against 10, so it's not a lot of not too much going on there. And it's not like it's a bad matchup. I just think the other matchups this week are just really good.
Facts, man. I actually really agree with that as well too. For that being the toilet bowl match, when I was looking at it, I was like, "Ooh, this is a good candidate right here." All right, now for the main matchup, the matchup of the week, man. What you got for us?
So I was originally gonna roll with you versus Adriel as the matchup of the week, but I just realized I'm in first, FA's in second, and against each other this week. We're both projected high, and I'm gonna have to roll with us being matchup of the week, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny because damn, that is a damn good matchup. When we were looking at it, I was like, holy shit, these teams are stacked and projected and ready to go. And I'm in full agreement. That was probably what I would have picked in the jump from anyway as well too. So yeah, man, excited. So you guys heard it here first, man. The toilet bowl matchup of the week. Flush that shit down the toilet. Swag just took a shit in the bathroom and it stank. So shut that shit, right? What was the toilet bowl matchup again? I just had a brain fart. What was it?
It was watching Wheat versus drinking my cup.
Watching Wheat versus drinking my cup. That's right. Swag, you're literally in the toilet bowl. And then matchup of the week, Brolo versus Justin, man. Excited to be able to watch this one go down, man, on Sunday, man. Y'all know what it is. We all going for that bad boy right here. I had to make the screen bigger this time when I said it. Earlier it was too small, so they couldn't see it really. This is what we going for. Oh, wait. Camera's right there. Get that focus right. Let's get it. Let's fucking get it. I'm so excited, man. Week 2 is among us, man. We're excited to get this going and see how things unravel and get this going, man. Let's get to this money. Simmer, thank you for coming on, man. Any final thoughts? Is there anything you want to say to anybody? Is there anything that you would want to get out there?
Hey, man, I just appreciate you having me in the league. Thank you for being the commish, man. You've been great. Also, hey, man, good luck to everyone that plays against me because I think I got that shit in the bag this year, dog.
Damn, man. Fuck. Hey, hell yeah, man. Much love. I appreciate you for being in it, man. It's so fucking fun being able to do this stuff. And I'm excited to bring you on. And just be ready. I'm probably going to bring you on later on this year as well, too. So it's going to be fun, man. So we'll keep it going,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Hell yeah. All right, then. Y'all know what it is, man. We appreciate y'all for watching this, man. Be ready for the next one next week. And the vlog as well soon. So we're going to drop that, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Till next time, baby. We out. Yes, sir. All right. For sure, man. Yeah, appreciate